What's good, everybody? It's your host Incognist, and today we are back at it again with Satisfactory. I'm still recording this just a day after I did the other one, so I don't really know how the video really did, but hopefully it did well. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, make sure you subscribe and like, and comment what you really think and what I should do. But anyway, I left this off for like another hour before I head to bed, and we have enough to do the next upgrade. I'm also gonna grab this just because I can. So in total we have all this stuff in our inventory, and I made some biofuel because I ran out of fuel, so I changed a lot to biofuel, so that would last like another hour or so. Let's put all this in here actually, just so we can launch this off and start our base building. Yes. So let's double check this. To be fair, we have a decent flow of power.
Provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing
Blah 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 blah. Okay. So with all that yapping out of the way, I'm gonna craft more of this biofuel because we're gonna need a lot of fuel. And that's because we are going to route all of our factory sort of to one place. So we're going to have all the stuff feed down here, really. Now, we have all this open land, which I want to kind of take a little bit of advantage of. So let's go to foundations, and we can see how much it actually is to craft all of it. Now, I thought it was going to be quite a bit, so I sort of went overboard just a smidge, but that's fine. We will be able to do the majority of what we are trying to achieve here. So I can do one of two things. I can either do a really thick foundation, so it comes up here, which probably means, I don't know if you know if you can move the hub. I don't think, oh no. Yeah, you can move the hub. What is it to craft? It's just stuff. Okay. So we might move that. Just so... Oh, I did not look over here, actually. Ooh, that's a nice landscape. What about over here, actually? Let's see. Let's have a gander. It's going to be a big cliff that drops off, isn't it? Yeah. Big cliff that drops off. Admittedly, we could work with that. That way we're not blocking any landscaping, but I think it'd just make more sense to build it where the land is, really. Build it where the land is. Although I say that. We'll build over here for now. It's only temporary. We're not going to have it for ever and ever. Just so we have a bit of something. That was close. That was really close. So, there is a way to do a load of line, and I believe you need a different thing to do it, unless zoop. Yes, that's how you do it. So we'll do 3, so it's 5 by 5 at the minute. So 5 by 5. So we have 3 there. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to change that. Let's have it sort of 5 by 5 for the time being. A bit like this. We are definitely going to run out of limestone and such. But it gives us a good little placeholder for the time being of where we're just trying to get things. So I think this may be long enough, partially. We may need 2 more layers of that. Yeah, that should be good. And then what we're going to do is just extend it to the bottom. If I can see the bottom, like that. And then one's going to be for limestone, then one will be the feed for our iron. I think that works out perfectly. Yeah. So, let's think about this intelligently. Let's run a smelter here. One next to it. We'll do Would it be smart to do 5 smelters? 2 for iron, 2 for copper. Oh, decisions, decisions, decisions. I think realistically, it probably makes more sense to figure out where the constructor's going in respect to each one. Because, yeah, like I thought. So it comes off just a little bit. So, as long as this is dead centered, which it looks like it is, we can place another smelter in line. Build it directly centered on each and every one of these. Because then the constructor sort of sits in the whole box. And we'll do that in the box here. Because then that way, if we're trying to make screws, we can sort of more intricately swip them about. Intricately swip them about. That makes no sense. It's a lot of nonsense. So, we will need a hell of a lot of power, for one. Need a lot of power. For 2, we are going to probably move our crafting station just a bit up. So we can craft from the station over there, instead of running all the way back. How much resources have we actually got? We have probably just enough, really. We have 2 crafters here, so we can make use of those. We have 2 here, 1 there, and then none for copper. So we will need to make stuff for the constructor. And probably gonna need a lot for these, because they take, let's have a look-see looks. They take 2 of the plates, and then this takes cable. So we're gonna need to get cable. The first one we can disassemble would be the copper. And by disassemble, I mean mostly we're just gonna get rid of everything but the miner. The miner can stay. So the smelter can go. Oh, missed it. Come on. Yeah, there you go. So the smelter can stay. Not the smelter, the miner can stay. Just everything else in between is going to go. And that'll be one of the first ones that we integrate. So let's run on over with our conveyor. Does it need to be... It doesn't need to be clean by any stretch. And that's okay. Just going to get as far as we can. Just like so. And drag it all the way over to where we need it. And then we'll make it cleaner when it actually gets on the thing. For now, I'm not really bothering, in all fairness. Main goal is getting it over for now. So there is our copper feed at the edge there. So we could, although there's not much point at the minute, we could have it feed into 2 smelters. But I think what makes more sense is just feeding it into the 1 for now. Second to that, I didn't really think, but we need biomass burners for our power. Because the power we have over there is not going to be enough. So we can place that, and we need wire. Of course we need wire. Why wouldn't we need wire? It's okay, we can power that for now. Put our biomass in there. Now this has a bigger capacity, which means it takes more biomass. Which is okie dokie. I hope that this is feeding, but I might have actually not linked it at all. Either that or it's just going really slowly. Which is also an option. Yeah, it's just going really slowly. You can see it. Ooh. Ooh, there. That's okay. We don't need it to be Speedy Gonzalez at the minute. I'll just get more of these leaves just so I can craft more biomass. And then, well, eventually we'll be able to make solid biomass when we can do chainsaws and stuff. So, we'll just collect all that for now. What else do we... Whoa! Okay. That's a lot of copper. Okie dokie. Well. Oh dear. Let's build. We can't build a constructor. Well, what am I trying to think of? This. Yes. A workbench. Gonna build it just off here, just because it hasn't got to be on there. We'll build a load of wires. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. What we could do is build a storage unit before each thing and then have it as an overflow essentially. Oh, that's going to use a bit more resources than I'd like. And plus, it may not need it for an overflow, really. Right, we need a load of cable too, so we'll just make a few cables. And that should be okay. Yeah, it should be okay. So we'll place these power poles just in between. And obviously we will take the power away from you. Wait. There we go. I kind of just forgot to do it. Just a bit like that. And then that one can power that one. This one wants to do copper ingots. And then we need to get constructors. Which, to make a constructor, we mainly just need the reinforced plates. I believe I have one. Reinforced plates. Oh, we need screws. We can make a load of screws. That's okay. So we'll get some of the constructors built so we can remove the other ones. And then hopefully that should be enough to get us by. Hopefully. So, yeah, that should be all good. So, let's grab ourselves a constructor. We need place it in this box here. And then we'll place another one in this box here. And you are a little bit off. So we'll redo that one. Just like so. And that's smelting the copper, which is great. We want to make wire in this one. And we could build another one for cables and then just have the rest of it sort of feed to the side, but yeah. All depends on preference, really. I'm going to leave it for now and just manually make cables as and when I need. Or if this is going to be what I think it's going to be, we'll leave it for now. And obviously that's not what I wanted to do. Obviously I'll link this one to a power pole. Out there. Link that to the power from there. Ah, of course I'm missing a cable. Get away! So we'll make some more cable. Yeah, I think we might have to split merge that into cable and wires. Because I don't think I'll really need wires. I mean, for some crafts I may, like for the upgrades, but for most of the stuff at the minute, I don't think we'll need it. So there is a way to do this, and that's either split it to the side, or we can put another block here, which may look a bit ugly, but in terms of it just sort of working for the time being, it'll be fine. So let's do that actually. So we'll go to constructor, build ourselves another constructor just adjacent, which will be for cable. And what we can do is put a splitting conveyor in front. Let's make sure that actually is splitting where it should. Ideally, I want it as pushed close by as I can. How ugly can I make this? Oh, that's a shame. Just dismantle that for now and place it a bit more ahead. About there, that should be fine. It hasn't got to look the prettiest, it just has to work. Actually, wait, I'm stupid. Like that, and then we just need to build storage containers for both of these up at the end here. Because ideally, that's where I'd like all the storage to go. So let's grab the conveyors. Have this one. Ah, missing iron plates now. Darn. And we need power. So we're going to need to grab another power pole. Whack it about there. And give it some power. No empty power line connections. Is it already powered? Is that why? Ah, it is, that's why. I'm silly. That's okay. So we'll grab some more of these plates back here with the iron medudead. And then I think I might have to let it run for a little while. Just to be able to get it to enough plates. But that'll be this will be the next one that we build. And hopefully we should have all the crafting stuff for the constructors, for smelters, for conveyors, etc, etc. But failing that, we can always route a different node, because if I'm right, there is a node down the ways here. Yeah, over there's a node, another node over there. So we can pull from those nodes and have 2 times the efficiency. But now, we'll probably be fine. Oh yeah. Link these up. Link this one up. I'll say, hasn't got to be pretty, just has to work. And yeah. Yeah. Looking pretty dandy. This one wants to make iron plates, another to make iron rods, and then another to make the screws, and then another to make the reinforced plates. Which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but it'll be, we'll get it sorted and passed done. Passed done. Missing wire. I knew I needed a wire for something. That's okay. Once we've got this done, we can figure out how to make the rest of the stuff. Oh, I might not have set this to a cable. Yeah, I didn't. Because I'm an idiot. And you haven't got power either. That's what power was for. There we go. It's sorted. So this one has a power feed. I believe you don't have one left. Lovely. Which one does? You have one left. So I can connect a few dribbles of power with those ones. Place it in the middle here so it looks nice. And we need about 3-4 of these, I think, to do it effectively. Yes, we've got enough wire to make one more. And we shouldn't, if we go to the wire now, we might have a bit more to play with. Obviously this is going to be slow, and that's fine for the time being. Mainly just getting it, the footprint of it done, will help us sort of gauge where we have to put some stuff. So we'll run those all down there. This one feeds power back here, they feed power all along. Which, if you look at this, it shows you all the power that goes through it. And if you look at one that's actually populated, it gives you sort of the same reading. So we're producing 6 So here's our production. We're producing a lot more than what we're consuming. And obviously, because each one of these will do 30 watts or megawatts, whatever it's measuring in. So 30, 60, 90, 100. And that's probably because we haven't actually put any fuel in it. Well, so if we go to this one, yeah, you see how our capacity goes up. So we just need to pretty much just do that. But I need more biomass, and ideally I need to make like an automatic machine to make the solid biomass, which I'm not going to build until we have it unlocked. So we're going to go to the hub and figure out what it wants to unlock that. Now, there is logistics number 2, which gives you faster conveyors, yada yada yada, but doesn't really mean much to me. Don't really need it. So we need 500 pieces of screws, 100 cables, and 100 pieces of concrete, which is easy. But logistic number 2 gives you faster conveyors and better lift. Which, once again, until we can start bulk crafting these, it's not going to be too worth it. So, we'll select this milestone, and we'll start working our way towards that as well, to make ourselves some solid biofuel. But yeah, let's see this. Is this made enough yet to be able to move it all off? I wouldn't say so. Might be able to give it a start though. Might be able to give it a start. Build the rest of it and see. I think realistically though, how much plates have we got? We have 80. I don't think we're gonna be able to push a conveyor all the way from down there up. I'm just trying to think how to do this like logically. Can I build another constructor? No, because I'm missing the reinforced plates. Because obviously this one's going to do plates. We're going to have another one that does the rods. So we'll just go here. Another one to do rods. And then rods is going to split into screws. So I don't know. Because until we get an assembler, we can't make reinforced plates. But realistically, if we need more, it's not too much of a hassle just to make them. So they can be left. Yeah, they can be left. So let's put some more biomass in here. And it may not be the most efficient, but it'll get the job done. Until we can do solid biomass. So, actually I think I can already make all the screws for that. Maybe all the cable as well, and we might be lucky enough to actually have enough for enough concrete as well. Of course we do. Lovely jubbly. So we're going to finish this research, and then we'll start cutting some trees, making some solid fuel, which should last a long time. And we'll be able to make the stuff to automatically just keep making them. And making them and making them and making them and making them. So, I will see you all after I've finished doing all that. So I've actually had a come to Jesus moment, and I thought, why do it all by hand when I could literally just craft it? Because I have all the stuff for it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're just going to dismantle all of this. Just all of it. Left control, mass dismantle. Forgot you can kind of do that. Because second of that, we also get enough to then craft it, really. So let's grab ourselves the miner and face him this way. And drag that sorry conveyor all the way down. Because we should definitely have enough to get it there. And if we don't, we're just going to have to do a bit of manual work. But not a lot. Definitely not be that much manual. If I do have to. So, I'm left with two options here. I can have a double feed of iron. Or one feed that splits. And then, yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll have it split for now. You should be powered. You want to make iron ingots, please. And then we'll have a constructor. Actually, I think it's a bit loud. Let me turn it down there. There we go. So let's grab ourselves a constructor from... We'll put it on number 5 because we're going to keep grabbing it, I believe. So we'll put that just there. Make sure it is in line just so it looks all fancy and nice. So you're making plates, you're making rods, and then I would like it to also constructor, place it a bit in the middle. Actually, a bit more of a gap might be nice. Place it in the middle about there. And then we can do screws using the rods. And then just so we have enough, or just so I know I have enough, shall I say. What I'm going to do is place these. I knew it'd bite me soon. It's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So we'll just place these ones like so. We will have 3 different materials rolling in. And we'll just link all these conveyors. Well, apart from you. You can be linked up. And then put that one in the far corner. We are missing the plates. Missing the plates. That's okay. So we should have... Oh, no, it won't because we didn't power it. Like an idiot. Didn't power the miner. There we go. Now it may actually mine something. Oh dear. That's okay. We'll also collect some leaves as well, just so we have a bit more fuels for the time being. And I think, to be fair, having 2 smelters probably wouldn't hurt. I mean, for copper, it's going to be fine. I think copper will be okay. Actually, is it even the smelters, or is it literally the... Yeah, it's not the smelters, it is this. Which I guess makes sense. We haven't got enough things to feed from copper just yet. In the meantime, what we can do is put a power bar about yay, power you, and then this one could be powered by this one here. Anything else that needs power? I think we did power it all. Yeah, I think we did. That's good. Now we just kind of need to wait for all of this to make its way over. Slowly but surely, it'll come. And then it'll start doing its magic over there. While we wait for that to waltz on over, let's finish off making some of these into biofuel. And did I... Yeah, I did. I did set that to do the thing. So what we can do is wait until it smelts. Oh, got hiccups now. Oh dear. Yeah, wait until it smelts. Actually, I think I can just craft them because I have some in my inventory. Bit silly that was. Yeah, we can just craft it. And then hopefully should have enough to at least start the assemblers using the conveyors. So do we... How do I do this? How do I do this? I think I can split that. So I'll have a splitter just there. And then feed, feed, and feed. So you're making plates, you're making rods, and then the rods can be split again to make the screws. And then from that we can start the placement on this. No, we can't because we are still missing some plates. But it's okay because we can just take them off the conveyor. Like magic. So let's grab that conveyor now. And we can move this off like a squiggle. Like that. Which is brilliant. So now we're just kind of waiting for this conveyor to sort of fill up with all the plates. So we can feed the plates into storage. I know we would run out, but I don't think it'd be that quick. In all honesty. But hey ho. It's alright. We could still merge, obviously. Because we can just get another iron feed. Purely just for rods. Which gives it all to the iron plates. But obviously we need a load of iron plates first before we even think about doing anything like that. So let's link this up when we actually grab a piece that will do it. Like so. And we'll start the feed for this. Not like that. Because that's not going to work. A bit like that should be fine. Pick these up. And we just need to pick up the last few pieces of... they're feeding in, that's okay. Never mind, ignore me. So we're going to let that run just for like a few more minutes. And hopefully we'll have enough plates to finish it off. And then we can start saving for the obstacle clearing for solid biofuel. And then that way we can leave it for longer periods of time before going back to it. So, I will see you in a minute. So, it's been about 15 minutes to be honest with you, but I mean, hey, longer the better. And we've got 100 pieces of the plates. So, what I can do is now link these all up. Like I originally wanted to. Like that. And now we have all the feeds feeding into the feeds they should feed into. Say that 10 times fast. So we have the screws going into here. And we have the rods going into here. Now, is it efficient? Will it work for now? Yeah. So, with that being out of the way, we can take the cables out because we'll have a load of cables. And eventually we'll have enough screws because obviously that's a lot of screws, right? So we're definitely making enough screws. It may take us like a few more minutes just to get it, but that's fine. We'll live. And yeah, so I'm gonna go grab the concrete, put what I can into the hub, and wait for the screws. I'll see you then. So we now have just enough screws to be able to finish the upgrade. And it's got to run back to the hub. I also slaughtered a massive dinosaur, and he's bouncy, so I'm gonna call him Mr. Tub, my little friend now. He's mine now. But anyway, let's go here, get the upgrade, and shoot that bad boy into space. Which now we can unlock the chainsaw. Stop speaking to me! Right. So we can now make a chainsaw. Chainsaw does use fuel, which is fine. Uses biofuel, which is pretty decent. But we can make that with probably the screws that are just being crafted, to be fair. So, less of the jibber jabber. We will figure... Actually, to be fair, we need to go to this anyway to figure out how to make it. Because I don't quite remember. I think you need to make biofuel, put the biofuel in to make solid fuel. Yeah. So we can obviously do that. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Let's actually make some free-handed. And that'll be our primary fuel source. Fuel source? Be our primary for fuel source. Yeah, 4 per minute. We'd be silly not to. So the way we're going to build this is we're going to go to organization. and we've got containers. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place it like this. And what we do is we set it to... where is it? Actually, oh no we don't, because we just put another conveyor on the end. I'm silly. So, instead what we do is we get our big grievous of a constructor. It's not going to be in line. Cry about it. I can't do much about that. So what we'll do is that. Set this one to wood. Biomass, because you have to split it or else it won't work. And then this one to leaves. And then it makes the same amount of biomass. So what we do is we can then either do it separately or as one. For the sake of saving a bit more material, we're going to set it all as one. So we're going to grab ourselves a merge and add another constructor at the edge if we can. Yes, we can. Lovely. And then link it up to all of this. And that's feeding. And then put a storage container at the end. And that way we are making solid biomass, which is a lot better fuel. A lot more compact. And it's just better. There's no argument to be made. It is just better. So we'll link these power poles up. We don't need to power that. We do need to power you. So we will. And it's a bit like magic, really. Makes solid biofuel. Bada bing, bada boom. And to test it, which one does says wood? The one at the end. So this one we can just put the wood in. And this one we can just put that in as well. No, no, no we can't, no we can't, no! I'm an idiot. That's already biomass. Set it to leaves. And then we can just put biomass in the next one. In this here, we can just put biomass in. And it will just start making solid biofuel. Just like magic. So we don't need to run too quick. But with that, we need to get screws. So we're going to get screws, make a chainsaw, get a load of leaves and wood, and start stacking up on fuel. I'll get back to you when I've finished all that. And as if it was magic, we have a chainsaw. So now we can swipe all these leaves, these trees, and everything in between for a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, a lot of fuel. So we're going to cut down enough to probably fill our inventory, to be honest. And then, hopefully, we shouldn't have to worry about fuel for quite a while. Because we're making biofuel and solid fuel. And then... Because I don't remember how much it said. It said something like, what, 3 every minute? So if I get 100, that's 300 minutes. I don't know what the maths on that is, but more than an hour. So, yeah. We're going to stack up and feed it all through the system again. And I'll see you then. Ooh, we have a spear.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. His two multi-state spears are named in his honor. Each spear emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application. Store it for later use.
Alrighty, keep that to hand. So we're going to set all the stuff that we have grabbed into our machines over here. I believe this was the one for leaves, and I believe you're the one for wood. So please, take my wood. And that hopefully is the right way around. Yeah, it's the right way around, that's good. So how much solid fuel have we made so far? We made 88. That is not bad at all. Now, we could benefit from doing logistics level 2. However, I would benefit more if I actually grabbed the solid fuel from the container here and actually put it into the burners down here because I ran out of power. Or another valid option is feeding it from here. And then feeding it to that one there. There's already another wire connected. What are they connected for? That is weird. Very weird. Are they working now though? I don't actually know. I think because it's connected to here anyway, it's not gonna do it. So if I just disconnect it, it's not feeding from there. Is it working now? Are you working? No, you're not, because I've never connected you. Now it might work. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, because we're getting pretty big on capacity, we're going to put some of the solid fuel into another burner. And then you can have biomass because you're a scam. You're going to run out soon, and you don't have any. So 4 per minute, that's pretty dandy, pretty good. Yeah, I think my options are to... I need more leaves to get a bit more solid fuel, and then I just need to keep going around and getting more fuel. Really. It's not the most entertaining, but we can soon advance everything, and we do need a bit more plates and stuff. Because there's iron deposit down there. So I'm going to feed it all the way up here. Put it into that smelter and do what I said I was going to do earlier. Because we just mainly need a lot of plates. Not really working for anything at the minute. We're not really working for things like logistics upgrades and stuff. I mean, it'd be nice, it'd be handy, don't get me wrong, but it's not something we're entirely focused on getting hard stuck at the minute. So I'm just going to focus on the fuels, and yeah, I'll see you all in a minute. So we now have a good chunk of leaves and a good chunk of wood. That should hopefully do us for quite a long time. So I'm going to put this in the processings, the storage units, so I should say. And then what we're going to do is check if I have... Yeah, that's plenty, that is damn. Because these are going to run out of fuel any moment. Which means everything's not going to work soon. So, what we can do is... Oh, see, this one is working fine. We split these into halves. And put 40 in each. Like so. And then just use the rest of the biomass in here or something. Actually, not that one. Maybe this one here. Because you can never have too much biomass. That way, that's going to make enough, I reckon. To be fair, we could probably split it in twos, but that'd probably be too much. That's fine. We'll leave it until we get logistics upgrades and stuff. Talking about logistics upgrades, we have not enough plates for what I want to do. So let's grab the plates. Plenty of plates for what I want to do, I believe. So let's grab ourselves the miner. We have everything we need. So let's run off to where I saw the node, which was, I believe, about this way. Let's see. Yeah, it's just... wasn't not that far away, was it? That one we already mined. Wait. It might just be easier going to that one, actually. Yeah, we'll just go from that one over there, be fine. We shall live. We shall live. So yeah, we'll put the miner down, put it all up into that second smelter. And then we'll be gaming. So I'll see you then. So we have now linked up the extra iron. And we've done a bit of clipping just because we're silly. And that's going to be for iron, which means we can remove this whole shaboggle. And we'll remove these as well, just while we're at it. Just a bit more simplicity. And we will link those up like so. And that way, all of these pieces of iron should be as efficient as possible. I don't believe these are actually getting stuck or stopped at any point, which is great. So yeah, we just gotta wait for this one to come round, and then we'll have more iron rods being made. Yeah, iron rods. So now we should be as most efficiently making iron plates as we can. And yeah. Eventually, actually, I say eventually. Let's run back to the hub and see the kind of things we should probably be working on next. So back at the hub. Let's see, we've got field research, which unlocks a map. Object scanner, personal box, blah, blah, blah. We'll do that one first, I believe. I think that might be pretty good for us. Because we can just whip that one out now. Which gets one set of milestones done. And second of all, if you have a map, it just, I don't know. I don't know what the map actually does. Other than key points of interest or track it. I don't know. But we're about to find out, because we're going to unlock it. So, hopefully the biomass we have in those machines will be enough to make enough for 200 in each. Let me just take all out of every one of these machines. Apart from wires. Nah, we can take all the wires and cables. There we go. And that way we can just put a personal box down full of like all the useless stuff. And just throw it away, pretty much. Nah, blam. But we can actually have a bit of a storage on the system go on. Oh my god, I actually entirely forgot about our concrete. That's probably been running for a little while now. We do need to put that all together, but for the time being, it's gonna be fine where it is. I'm not too hell-bent on trying to get up there just yet, because all that is going to be deleted again and then redone properly. What am I there for? Let's put all the wires in, all of these in, press the button, and off you go. Woo! So we've unlocked
Supply the molecular analysis machine.
Blah, blah, blah. Big words, they mean nothing to me. But we've unlocked a MAM, which unlocks stuff, last I know, like a sort of research station. So that's tier 1 completed. Now we have tier 2 to run on over. So we get to unlock all this stuff. This is for the space elevator. And motors eventually unlock cars and stuff, so that's probably what that's for. Copper sheets, probably for liquid stuff, so when you have oil. And then obviously assemblers for assemblers. But we can also get a jump mat. No, we can't. What would be realistic? What would be realistic? Not that. We need an assembler for all that. Let's prioritize this one next. So we can feed it all of... Oh, we can't just yet. But we can feed it for a majority of things that we already have. Like the cables. We can feed it all of the screws, and then we just babble out, and the rods, and then we're just babbling for the plates, which is alright. It's not too bad. We're doing decent progress. The main thing is, let's see, because if this does 60, no, it does 30. That's okay. But there's a way to overclock these, which obviously you need to unlock when you unlock slugs, and you whack a slug in there. So yeah. I don't know if I want to keep it like this, that's the thing. Oh, decisions. I mean, once we have an abundance, it'll be so much easier just to pick and choose, really. I think what I can do is just make bigger foundations. I think that's realistic. Just whack foundations down to there. Foundations from here to the edge there. And then hopefully it builds it. Jump off the edge, I don't know. Because if I build this longer, and then obviously I build it all the way up. How do I build a lookout tower? That might be a shout and a half. There we go. Then we just climb the big ladder up to the top. What I'm hoping I can do is build from up here. So that way I can just look and go whoop whoop. Let's see. Can we do that? Can we indeed do that? I believe so. Wait, how do I change build mode again? Zoop. There we go. You just gotta get really precise though, which is a bit hit and miss. There we go. Oh, that's so much easier. So much easier. Oh yeah. Look at that. And we're missing iron plates. That's okay, we can build up to there. So now we've got that a bit bigger. We can remove this for now. We can probably plonk that in the middle somewhere. Let's put it about there. That makes sense. So we need more iron plates. We need a lot of stuff. Which one's the iron plates again? That one. I think the main sort of purpose and goal is to make this platform big enough and then build it into like a little mega base kind of thing. Obviously, we're nowhere near the size of building mega bases, don't get me wrong. But it would probably be an idea to, I believe. And because we can do it by level. The idea I have is all stuff that involves iron will be at the bottom floor. All stuff that's copper is like a floor above. Or advanced crafting right at the bottom. So on and so forth. Obviously, I'm not at the point to make that kind of plan, but we will. We will get there soon. Let's finish off doing this bit there, because that looks a bit silly. There we go. And obviously, I'm not going to consider doing all of these walls just yet, because it's just not enough. Not enough variety just yet. We'll wait until we have a load of variety. And we will crank those out. But what do we have? We have 100 plates. We now have 100 plates. So we just need to get a load of plates to then do the next part assembly. And then we can make the reinforced steel plates. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to get better miners or overclocking capability. So. I have a really bad idea, but I think it makes kinda a bit of sense. Because obviously we've got that temporarily, that's like the base plate kind of. I might rebuild it just elsewhere. And then that way I can just move the conveyors when I need. Because it's making all the things we need right now. It's making ourselves cables, wire. It's making ourselves fuel. The most important part of this whole thing. It's making good fuel. Let's split all the ones that are 100. 200 in, sorry. Feed 100 in each and every one of these for now. And then just follow down the stem really. And we'll leave the rest in my inventory because you probably have more, yeah. So we'll leave the rest for the chainsaw. And we're pretty much just waiting on the iron plates, unfortunately. Which is going to take quite a while. So. What I might do is leave this AFK just for a minute. And I'm probably going to go to a schematic. And see if I can build something that makes sense. And that works. Because looking nice isn't the point at the minute. But it definitely would help. Don't get me wrong. It would help a ton. And now we've got a lookout tower. I think it'd be pretty good. So, let me climb up to the lookout tower. Have a look if I can find a schematic. And see what I can build. See you then. So we have now got enough plates to finish off this upgrade. So we'll launch the pod. Off it goes into the sky high and mighty. So. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. She's yapping.
which is crucial for initiating project
So,
assembly.
I
Project
looked at a
parts
schematic.
delivered
Okay,
to
well,
the space elevator
can't speak when she
by
speaks.
completing your
There we,
note, human
there we go. So, I was looking at some of the schematics in terms of things I could build and systems and such. And we are probably going to try and get some of the advanced steel plates. However, we're probably going to redo everything we've done over there. Before we redo all of that, we are going to let it AFK just for a little bit so we get enough steel plates. And then all of this at the front is going to get wiped. Apart from that over there, that can stay. But this stuff here is going to get wiped. So yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes. So boys and girls, ladies and gents, what we're going to do is we're going to start building the new and improved system. So I'm hoping by now we've probably got enough craftable stuff to just start going at it. And I'm going to start off by just placing the footprints of it all. So basically I've got a schematic. Well, not a schematic in a sense, but it shows me what I need to craft certain things. Unfortunately, it only recommends me tier 3 Mark 3 items, but yeah, it's fine. We'll work with it. We'll figure it out. So that does mean the rates of it is going to be slightly less than what it suggests, but that's fine. Mainly what we need to do is automate refined panels, refined plates, or however. Oh, I've fallen down again. Refined plates and rotors. So, other than that, let's very carefully select all of these. Just like so. And then do the same for these as well. Just remove what we have already. I believe we can set this as a filter. Which means if we do that, no. Okay, well we can do conveyors, so every conveyor we can select and it will delete. So that's great. Can we do it for this as well? Hell yeah, we can. Lovely. I'll get rid of all those. I want all these poles as well to go. And to be fair, we do need these ones to go, I believe. So we'll get rid of those too. And then all of those ores can go in there because we don't need it. And same with the raw versions as well. We'll leave the bio burners for now. But we may get rid of those too. So let's take a little trip down here. And what we need to do is grab all the materials actually put into the chest because we're probably going to need a lot more. So the way in my head I'm thinking about it is I'm going to use 2 for each. I need the rods as well. Let's grab a lot. What is this? Oh, it's stingers. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is remove that because that's a straggler. So the way I'm going to do this is 2 smelters for each ore. So 2 for iron, 2 for whatever else, a copper. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a block back from the bit there. And I'm also going to do it every... I want to do it every 2, but... because that way I can have... crafter. Yeah, every 3. So 1 here as well. I believe that's in line. No, you're not in line. Oh wait, actually was it? It might have been. Yeah, I think it was actually. I don't know why I deleted it then. Silly moment that. So Yeah. Either that or I do it with a singular gap, which, yeah, you know what, I'll do it that way instead. So a gap there, bing, gap, bing. Perfect. So, that's how we want it. So, that means we can put another one down here as well, just here. So there's 2 for copper, 2 for iron. And we can put a feed in now. What I'm also going to do is put foundations back here too, just so it looks a bit better. Do I bother with ramps? Might be a shout to. Oh, might help if it actually connected to the piece, but hey. There we go. Yeah, that looks fine. And then what we'll do is just move these back just a little pinch. That one is fine where it is. So, I was also an idiot, and there's actually a bit of copper, a bit of iron, sorry, literally right next to me. So, bit of a silly on my part, but that's okay. Clip and make, oh dear, what's happening there? Okay, well, let's place it just there. So that's coming up. And actually, we can just feed that straight in. That's not a problem. We can feed, I believe that's copper over there. We'll find out when it moves on over down here. And you're iron, so let's move you over here. Just like here. Link it up, just like that. And then that's going to be copper, so we'll start that here. Just a bit like magic. Then what we'll do is we'll get our constructor. Place that a whole block away. And we'll place another constructor right there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. Hold on. My brain is braining a bit too quickly at the minute. So, your iron. So, we can get that to make, I believe, iron plates. Iron rods. And then they can go into another crafter set. Apart from you. Am I thinking this right? I think I am. So these two here. So if I do a splitter. Just there. Another splitter there. And another splitter there. Then obviously you can go straight in. You can go straight in. You can go straight in. Obviously linking the actual things up as well. And then you can go straight in too. And then just put a power pole like there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one there. Make it look all symmetrical and stuff. Bit like magic. Probably might need more down this way though. Maybe. We'll see how far we can go. That'll be fine like that. That's got power. You have power. Lovely dribbly. Sound as a pound. Let's see. So, thinking about it, we want iron plates and iron rods. And then obviously you want to make actual iron. And then we can have that go directly into a feed. Then we can do the same for this one, having iron rods and iron plates. And then from that, they can go to assemblers or another crafter to make screws. And then to make the advanced plates. Is it going to be slow? Very. Will it work? Probably. So we'll just get you started. You're making plates, you're making rods. That's fine, that's dandy, that's wonderful. Come on, let me through. Let me through. So we'll need another constructor. And one facing this way. Now we'll create a big enough gap. And also you want to make screws. And you also want power. Duh. So let's get you some power, shall we? We'll run some of these up the ways as well. You are not placed properly. We can put that there. Make that there. And I think realistically it's probably better if I use this. Then place that about there. And connect that up. Any other ones that need connecting? You're connected, that's fine. We can directly connect you. Then we can connect this one up. All the way up. Lovely jubbly. And that way we have all of the plates just being cranked out. I think we may run a little short on iron ingots. Is that down to the smelter or the fact we're just splitting it? Both. I think we're getting a lot more than what we're smelting. So, bit trumps. Okay. So we'll pick up all the plates we got on the conveyor. Which, to be fair, we've probably got enough plates. I'm worrying about nothing. And let's just, for argument's sake, place an assembler. We can make the plates using plates and screws. So we'll need to split screws twice. Which, in all fairness, isn't too bad. So let's put a splitter. So you're making screws, fine. Let's place a splitter directly ahead, about there. And we'll place the assembler. We will need 2 of these bad boys. So we'll place one here, one there, and we'll place that closer actually, because it makes sense to. So we'll place, where are you? There you are. Splitter just there. And you're both going to want... what have I done that for? Like that. And then they're both going to want screws. So we'll place them on the insides. And then this wants to get iron plates. And this, I think Rotor might be smarter for now, because nothing I have uses modular frames. Plus that's an extensive upgrade afterwards anyway. So we could place that there. And what we can do is, we probably won't split off this. but we will use this one. Just like that. And then that will start crafting us some stuff. We'll place a power pole about yay the ways. And link these both up to the power. And hope to God that we're not consuming past our capacity. And wait, what did this want? This wanted iron rods. So we want the iron rods. Is this making iron rods? You certainly are. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have it split. So I just want to make sure we're getting this sort of straight on. And we'll have it split. I think that's a bit too close. Where is our conveyor? There we go. So we'll have it enter there. And then obviously enter from... kidding. This doesn't want to work for me at the minute. Right, splitter. Have it directly in front with enough room. Put you there. Put you there. Brilliant. The only downside is we will need screws. Not now. But I just know it. At some point, we are going to want screws. So, here comes my genie invention. We get a lift. And the lift... how do I rotate it? There you go. So we lift it up this ways. And run a conveyor coming out. It's a bit jank, but it will work. If it was never jank, it never was supposed to work. Amen. So that'll feed out some screws, which we can then obviously put into storage. And we can feed this out to storage as well. Of which we do need to build. So we have... which way around do I want it? So for these, we'll just align those. And align this one as well. And then for these ones, we'll just sort of get a place in an array. So we have plates, rods, screws. Yeah, I think that's it for those. So let's link them up, link these up, and look at all those glorious rotors. This is more the creme de la creme for me. And to be fair, I could just put all those in there. So we've got the plates being made into the plates. Better plates. We just sort of need to get everything else into the bundles over there. So screws are going to be a bit slow. There's not much I can do about that. At the minute anyway. But what will change that is obviously the Mark III miner or Mark II miners to pull more iron out. And obviously the better smelters. Because honestly, I think we are pulling enough from each. It's just... Actually, no. I know what I can do. Let's dismantle this. We'll dismantle that. And obviously that there as well. We'll put a merge in front here. And we will put a two smelters at the back. Just a bit like this. So we'll put one here. I'll put one here. Link that up there. And link that up there. And what we'll do is we'll put a split up on this here. Actually, we might need to just bring it back just a little bit. So we'll make a split. Have it feed in there. One there, one there. And then I'll see the master feed. We'll have... Where'd it go? There it is. Have that feed in there. Then for the time being, just to make sure we have stuff moving and rolling, we'll fill both of these up with iron. That way they're going to be constantly working. So we'll build another power pole here too. One there, bada bing, bada boom. And this is obviously feeding there. Into another split. We should evenly split it out again. So, what we are looking for is exactly this. Which obviously is going to be broken up as soon as it goes into one of these. But we should be pushing out almost twice as much, really. I know it's going to get blocked again. Because obviously these are going to run a bit slower. One's going to pop out, then another one going to pop out, so on and so forth. So we'll end up getting a bit crooked. But the fix to that is after we've unlocked the thing, we just upgrade these to Mark IIs. And hopefully it just pulls up enough out of the ground. So, with that part out of the way, we could follow the same route with these. But would I? Yeah, I will. I'm so indecisive sometimes, but it's alright. So we'll get a merge in front, like that, and then just, oh, what was that going? Link that there, and grab ourselves of the smelters. Put the smelter just adjacent there, and adjacent there. I think I've actually put this a bit more forward than the rest, but there. And we will put that in there, and that in the side here. Also for iron, like that. Put a, I should probably need to draw that back once again. Grab another of the splits, which I'm probably gonna. There we go, 5 and 6. So this is a splitter, which is what we are looking for. Put that one in there, this one in here, and then where am I feeding from? You probably. Have that go to those, put some iron in there, and have we got a free power pole? We haven't, because they've changed the keybinds. Oh, I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's a bit iff, but it's okay. Make it work. And just link these ones to power. And they should be working a bit more effectively. So. What we can now do is just put... I will probably put... Ah, that's difficult for me actually. Because this is also pushing out nothing at the minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, nothing's actually going to it anyway. Okay. Ignore me then. So, never mind. Sinking inverted. Just... So that one has nothing. You can go down the bottom here. You can go in the middle. And you can go in the edge here. And just like that, they'll be working to get us some more of the craftable items. That's not good. Is it too much power? Yes, it is. Right, okay. So let's build. Yeah, we've got plenty actually. Let's remove all these and rebuild. So we need biomass burners, and we're going to place about 5 or 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is brilliant. And then we just need to link some of these to the powers. Like this. Link this one to a main supply. Link you to that. Link you to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then just flick the switch. Like magic. It never happened. And now we have a maximum capacity of 108 watts. We are probably going to have to upgrade that, definitely. But for the time being, it's fine. It's perfect. Let's not put concrete in there. Let's put all of those in there. Just so we know where they're going to be. And that... Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. A complete belt full of iron plates. Now, I know it's because we have an abundance at the minute. So it's not really true. But this is kind of the look we're going for. And I believe the main problem is just the speed of the conveyors. If I had to put some amount of money on it, I'd say the speed of the conveyors, because obviously these smelters are feeding correctly. But it is going to require an overhaul, but I'm not going to do another overhaul until we have some of the advanced plates and all that kind of stuff figured out. Which means we need to get this upgrade underway. So we have 58 pieces of the advanced steel plates. We have 200, 300 steel plates now. Let's run on over to our hub. And we will make the next upgrade, which is the logistics level 2, Mark 2, which is faster conveyors and all sorts. And then in phase 2, we'll be able to unlock better machinery and different kinds of machinery, different kinds of power, different kinds of sources of power, and just all in all, so much easier. So we need to unlock the MAM. No, sorry, the awesome shops and awesome stuff. And we need the rotors. So rotors are going to take a long time to actually accumulate. But this one is probably realistically our next go-to because we have enough of the wires, we have enough of the rods, and we're a bit low on concrete, but it's by this point we've probably actually got enough. Which does lead us on to our next little adventure, which is making the wires and cables, because we need a lot of it. I thought we might be fine. We are fine for now, but we can do with some more. So let's sync. Yeah, so we'll grab our conveyor. We'll take this one in there, that one there. They're both going to make wire. One is going to directly make cable. Which one shall I make it though? Not that one. Would be my jest. We'll build another storage box. Build another 2 actually. One there and one. Ooh, we're low. That's okay. Can build another one. Put that there, that there, and where is it? Where is it gone? Constructor, there we are. And we'll put the constructor in front of this one here. And that one will make the cables. And then we'll just have that all feed up. So you can go down there, and you can go down there. And you can go down there. No, you can go down there. So we'll put this here. Give you power. Give... You don't need power. I don't think anything over here needs power. You could do with that. We'll link you up. Double time. So you're making cable. You're making wire. You're making wire. I just need to actually jump over this for stars. Just have to link it all up, which, boom, all linked up. Make sure that's copper. And are you actually powered? Yeah, you are. That's good. Alrighty, so that is copper. That is cables, wire, production, and we have a lot of that. That's great. Good amount of wood. Could do with some leaves, but it's not a priority. And these are all filled up, taking 4 every minute. So if we're taking 4 a minute, 4 times an hour, that is 240. So it almost goes on for a full hour uninterrupted without needing to refill it, which is lovely. That will be plenty for now. So I'd say the main sort of gist is to collect up some of these resources. We will eventually make it faster, but we're going to unlock the phase 2 first and then stack up on a lot of these resources. So I may do some of that off the recording, because that'll probably take a little while. But all it is just waiting for these to fill up, taking the resources, going and upgrading, and then rinse and repeat. Because I believe we have enough already to go ahead and do that upgrade. Let's check what's still in my box. Cable mainly. Okay. We have enough wire. We have enough pipe. We just don't have enough at the minute iron plates. So for now I think I'm probably going to leave it here. I'm going to upgrade the... we're going to go through the upgrades to get to phase 2 or phase 1. Is it phase... yeah, phase 2. And that'll be done off the recording. Because that's just going to take quite a long while. But we've got it down now. I'm not going to do any more building, I don't think. So yeah, if you enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like, subscribe, comment what you'd like to see next. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.